What's up, Amazon sellers? This August, I plan to change the focus of my UK business. And if you want to know what it is, then stay tuned because I'm going to share all with you today. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I've been doing online arbitrage for the last 5 years. In the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, check this out, and in the USA, I'm a 6-figure Amazon seller, check this out. And hopefully in the near future, we're going to expand into another marketplace, and if you're interested in learning how I've done it, what I'm learning obviously on the journey, do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. But hey, enough about me, what are we going to talk about today? Well, first things first, number one, I'll give you a recap of my plans for July, so talk about what happened. Number two, I'll talk about my plans for August in 2022. And finally, number three, I'll talk about my personal advice, maybe share a little bit into the future as well. So let's get started. So first things first, let's give you a recap of my plans for July. Now, I mentioned, should we say, we're going to be hitting, the target was 273,000 in revenue for July, and that's my online arbitrage business. But since we're focusing, we should say, on improving the profitability of the business, we are right now, and this is a change that we're going to transition into August as well, we're not really likely to hit the 273,000. Instead, we're probably going to get more to the 200,000 by the end of July. Now, this is because we're really trying now to improve the margin. Our strategy of selling aggressively and now focus on margin. Now, what I will say is, despite not hitting that target, we've actually been seeing an increase in our bottom line profitability, which is the result of our new strategy. So to put it simply, we're making less money on revenue, but more money in profit, even if we were to go back and make what we predicted, which is quite good. So I'm really happy with that. Now, on the other hand, I talked about hitting, 44,400 in our wholesale side. Right now, we've probably got a couple more days left at the end of the month. We're running about 38,000. So I'm pretty happy with that as well. And we've still got a couple of days remaining, obviously, for the month. So now, despite this, our target ROI isn't being achieved. Hence why we're also looking at the profitability within the wholesale business as well. But my God, to do 38,000 so far this month, and I will not lie, I have done zero work on that. I'm really, really happy with. And obviously, I will keep that data on how we've done that, maybe in some coming videos, probably more towards the end of the year, maybe next year as well, about what we've learned on that journey and how we're doing the wholesale side. So stay tuned. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Now, you might be asking why are we not making sort of profit? Well, we believe that one of the reasons this is happening is because, should we say, some of the Amazon sellers who we're competing against, the very nature of the marketplace, one of their strategies or one of their things to do is to reduce their prices down, maybe clear stock, and we're seeing an effect of that within, should we say, our wholesale lines. So since we're using a repricer, this kind of behavior or this kind of effect on their Amazon listings has affected our prices. And that's because, quite simply, our repricer is matching their prices to be competitive. And there are times whereby we're not making as much money and even potentially taking a loss, whereby we still need to clear our lines out or our stock as well. Now, the one thing I'll say is I'm not going to sit here and blame other Amazon sellers. And my God, I can put like a min-max in my business. Obviously, what we have seen across the board is a decline generally in the ROI and the margins across the UK marketplace versus probably the same time last year. And I'm sure COVID had an impact upon that, but we're all in this together looking to make money. We've just seen an overall decrease in that. So we've got a repricer, other people have. Sometimes we want to make a profit when other people are selling out. Perhaps maybe our repricer matches down and we don't make as much profit as we expected. And that's something that we need to deal with in our business. Okay, so I just talked about we've seen a general decline in the OA marketplace margins across this year versus what we saw last year. Now, the question I want to ask you, are you seeing the same thing too? Are you seeing decline in margins? Let me know in the comments down below. Drop a yes or a no. I'd love to know what's going on in your business as well. Or is it just me who's seeing this impact? Now, this leads me nicely on to my second chapter, and that is my plans for August 2022. First things first, I'll begin with my plans for the online arbitrage business, which is to hit, as I mentioned before, 200K in revenue. Pretty much the same as July with what we're actually doing. Now, you might be asking what's the difference between this target and our previous target in the previous month. Well, basically, as I said earlier, we are aiming to focus on profitability of the business. And with that in mind, we decided to lower what's known as our revenue target, but increase our gross profit target for the month of August. Now, this is about looking at our gross profit figures, what we achieved, what we're aiming to do, and also as well the ROI numbers. Increase them, I think we're looking at between 3 to 5 percentage points points of what we achieved previously. This is going to take a strategy of repricing, sourcing, and how we manage our inventory, and that's something to think about. Now, on the other hand, we're also aiming to hit 48,000 in revenue for the wholesale business. Just like in online arbitrage, we also want to focus on increasing our gross profit margins for our wholesale business. And again, with that being said, we're looking to increase the ROI by a couple of percentage points. I think probably about 3 in this business, because it is a bit more challenging with buying bulk. And the one thing we struggle with right now is being able to get the suppliers to have the stock. It's still a problem in the wholesale side of our business. Whereas the OA, we think we can do it certainly fine. Now, what I'll do with you is I'll share with you my plans for my Amazon business in general, meaning both the online arbitrage and the wholesale business going forward. First things first, number one, is to tweak my repricer depending on the needs of the business. Now, basically, we are tweaking, and we're always looking and reevaluating our repricer for us to support the needs of the business, and in particular around looking at gross profit margin. Why? Let's just say that we have seen that our gross profit margin isn't where it needs to be. We've achieved the top line revenue, but we are looking to improve the conversion of it, i.e. increasing gross profit. And what we're going to do is make adjustments to our repricer, which is going to help us support improvements in gross profit. Because at the end of the day, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. And while we are profitable, we still think there's a lot more opportunity to make more profit in the business, and hence why we're going to look at the repricer. Now, the second one we're going to be doing is, as we've got quite a big company now, and obviously 2 businesses, we're actually looking to hire what's known as our repricing analyst. Now, aside from, tweaking our repricer, we believe that hiring a repricing analyst can help us improve our business. Considering that, the responsibility of repricing analysis is to protect our business from maybe penny pinchers, creating strategies to improve ROI, assessing both the online and the wholesale businesses, and the repricing analysis can set up, and tweak our repricing strategies pretty much in real time based on what's going on, and even at the individual ASIN or SKU level, that hopefully is going to improve the profitability of our business. In the UK, we're doing like over 3 million in the last 12 months, and in the US, we'll hit 1 million this year. So we've got a £4 million a year business, and as a result, we think there's time now to hire someone whose sole job is to look at our repricing strategies, how it's working, and how we can improve it on a full-time basis. So that's something that we're going to be doing in the coming months, and hopefully we'll see a big improvement in that bottom line gross profit margin. #excited. Now, the third thing we're looking at is creating plans for Q4. Now, considering we're in Q3 right now and Q4 is fast approaching, we are also working on our people, our money, our deals, and scaling our business up ready for Q4. Now, what does this really mean? Well, if you've been following my journey, you'll probably know that, hey, previously we've had Amazon loan offers of call it 200,000, 218,000, I think it was. But recently we got hit with a massive loan opportunity of, I think it was about 680,000. Don't quote me, it's so big, I can't remember. That's a serious amount of cash. And while we still haven't actually decided what we're going to do, we've got until the end of this week as of filming, we need to make sure that not only if we do take the cash, we're prepared, but also we have the ability to invest that cash into stock. Our prep center is ready for it, and we have the operational people in place. Now, Q4 last year, we managed to do, I think, don't quote me, I think it was 1 million in sales in just a 3-month period. My question is, can we do more this year? And if so, how would we do it? That takes preparation. Now, if you are thinking about preparing, you've got to do it now, especially around people and hiring. That's the most important point. So for me right now, we're doing a lot of preparation for Q4, not buying stock, but getting people and cash ready for that Q4 period. That's something super important because these things take time to get ready. And that's both in my UK and my USA business. We're doing some really good strategic plans to get ready to really maximize Q4. And hey, maybe I can even do 1 million in Q4 in my Amazon USA business. That'd be incredible. But I don't expect it, but that would be amazing. But I do think we'll hit 1 million this year. We're doing 130. So obviously a lot of opportunity there. And why? It's because we make good plans and we prepare our business for it. Now, I was just talking about planning for Q4, and the one thing which I'll say is, my God, last year we managed to do 1 million in sales in Q4. And do you know what's funny? It took me 12 months to do another million prior to that. So I did 1 million in 12 months, and then in Q4 I did another million, which was in 3 months. Absolutely crazy. Well, because we understood the drivers of our business, and if you followed my £1 million journey, you'll understood that I talked about people, processes, and getting deals, and obviously money. And these are the real things I'm always talking about. And if you have followed my journey, these are generally the things I'm really considering all the time. Why? Because they are the factors to growth within your business. Now, for you, if you are thinking about Q4 right now, I don't think, in Q3 right now, I don't think you really need to start buying all your stock. You can wait, that's absolutely fine, especially in the arbitrage game. But what I do think is that you do need to get 2 things ready. Number 1 is money, and then number 2 is people, i.e. VAs, to be able to take that money, to find deals to invest in, and obviously you're going to turn a profit. Now, in the FastTrackFBA VA Academy, which is a service I created whereby we've hired over 500 VAs for our clients over the last 2 years. And generally, most clients have 2 VAs from us. They keep coming back. Why? Because it works. If you want to be ready for Q4 to maximize, to buy a lot of deals in October, November, get them shipped in November and December and on sale and sold, you really want your VA not starting in that time, but actually, should we say, they're at full speed, they know what they're doing, and they're just all hands on deck to find top deals. And this helps you in your business grow. Not only is it just a person, you learn all of the systems, the processes, the procedures, targets that I set in my own business that's grown me to 3 million. And then also in addition to that, you get the whole MBA workbook, which is about incentive schemes, managing people, building great cultures, scaling teams, and you get access to my team as well in a weekly support call, which really helps you grow. Now, if you are interested, do check out the link down below, FastTrackFBA.com/VA. And what you can do is book a free 30-minute call with my team, see if it's going to be right for your business and how we can add value. Trust me, it's game changing. No one else does it like this, and the support is absolutely incredible. Check it out, the link down below, FastTrackFBA.com/VA. That leads me nicely onto my third chapter, and that's some personal advice for you. Now, look, I talked about it earlier, and for this month, we're focusing on growing profitability instead of increasing our revenue. Now, the one reason why I kind of talk about this is because if you've been following my journey, we've been going through cycles, and especially my USA journey, I talk about a lot there. Like the very strategic plan was a lot of what I do is around using other people's money to make money within our business. If you follow Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talks about taking other people's money and turning a profit with it. And what does that mean? Well, it means you now have a business that you've got no investment in. So how do you get other people's money? Well, generally in a business like ours, you increase your revenue. So if you look at even just the results of it, so our sales last year, 1 million, we did 1 million in Q4. This year, the last 12 months, we've done, I think about 3.5. And what's really interesting is the underlying factors. If you look at just the Amazon alone to show kind of like what Amazon thinks of our business, it was like 1,000, 7,000, we got a couple of 80,000, and then we got 200,000. And now we've got 600,000. So what does this mean? Well, it means that Amazon are willing to loan us money to continue to drive our business. And what does that mean? It means that I can take the profits out, invest it into another business. Fantastic. That means I'm using other people's business to grow, or other people's money to grow my business, which is very interesting. Now, the reason why we did, or should we say improve the revenue, is because of that very factor, getting loans, getting capital. But now we've got access to quite a lot of capital, more than we can sell. Now the question is about turning that capital into profitable or more profits than what we had. So right now we have a lot of cash available within our business, and that's been a strategic goal of ours. Why? Because we can certainly hire the staff of the VA Academy, but it's always been about getting enough money. But right now we have more money, so now we're changing focus, one of driving top line revenue to now one of converting the cash we have available into as much profit as possible. And we'll do this within our business. We will go from periods where we're focusing purely on revenue to periods we're focusing more on, should we say, driving profitability. And that's depending on how many deals we've got, market conditions, and available cash. Hopefully you can kind of understand that there is never one area we're focusing in. We're always changing between different areas to help continue the business to grow. And what's the real measure of success? The real measure of success is cash profits in the bank, but it isn't cash profits in the bank in any one month. It's cash profits in the bank over the course of a year. And why do I say that? Well, let's say, for example, we work on just purely 10% net margins. Let's say, for example, in February, if I was doing 50,000, I'd be making 5,000 net profit. Well, what if over the course of March, 5,000 net profit? And if you do that for the whole year, you're talking 60,000 net profit. Fantastic, not bad. But what if over, should we say, March, April, May, June, I start really focusing on revenue, and instead of doing 50,000, we can now get it up to like 200,000, and we now start using other people's money, or 200,000 at 20% or 10% net margins. All of a sudden, let's say, for example, I'm not even profitable in that first half, but in the second half, I'm now going to be doing 20,000, because 200,000 revenue, 20,000 net profit, and 6 months of that, that's 120,000 net profit in cash in just 6 months, which is more than double, or is double, should we say, what I would have got had I remained at the original, should we say, gross or original revenue figure at the original thing. So sometimes it's good to focus on growing your business, even if you're not making any money in that period, because when you do get to the bigger and you convert back into money, you're now making more money, and over the course of a year, you're going to be more profitable. I appreciate that might be a bit complex for people, and if you're interested in me making a video around about what I just said and the whole mindset behind it, write in the comment, Tom, I'd love you to make a video about chapter 3 in more detail, and obviously I can make that video. If we get 5 people, I'll make the video. But that's my thoughts. Now, what I will say is after going through my plans for August, you might as well want to learn about how a VA can help you grow your Amazon business. But what I'll do is I'll drop a video around here called How Virtual Systems Grow Your Amazon Business. Now, what I will say is do hit the like button if you've liked this video, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson, FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.